Good morning, good morning. You are listening to Ryan Fleming and my co-host,
Marlee Fleming.
and we are Waking Up with Flem. Good morning, Marlee.
Good morning, Ryan.
And good morning, listeners. We are glad you're here with us this morning.
Yes, on this bright and early Monday morning to get our week started off with.
Woohoo!
Woo! Yay for Mondays.
Yay. So, with the title of this episode, the Flems went to Dolly World this weekend.
As you can tell, Ryan did say Dolly World.
Dolly World.
So our friends, Brian, I'm going to shout out to Brian.
B Hill.
He got us on this Dolly World, and I love his wife Lauren. She's been correcting him ever since, and we have actually been saying, no, you know what, we like Dolly World, we like that. And talking to our son Declan a little while ago, he was like, yeah, I'm only referring it to Dolly World now. So Miss Dolly Parton, we have asked for you to now change your theme park to Dolly World.
Dolly World from now on. So yeah, we went to Dolly World for our daughter's 11th birthday, and she was super excited to be there.
Yes, and the reason why, so the school that she goes to, unfortunately, they canceled their Dollywood trip this year when she got it to that grade. So she was super upset. So we're like, you know what? We're gonna take the Flemings. The Flemings are gonna go to Dollywood instead. And so that's exactly what we did. So shout out to our daughter, Maizee. Happy 11th birthday. Woohoo! So if you've never been to Dolly World, air quotes, Dolly World. If you've never been to Dolly World, it is a super fun, super cool place. This was our first time, all of us going. It was me and Ryan, the kids, my sister and her husband, and we had a fantastic time. So for us, it takes us probably about 2 hours and 45 minutes. You okay over there, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm okay. Mountain Dew going down the wrong way.
Woo! A little early for Mountain Dew, don't you think?
No. Breakfast of Champions.
Yes, but took us just a little under 3 hours to get there. It took my sister and her husband a little bit longer, but they got there. We enjoyed a home-cooked meal Friday night. Maizee wanted spaghetti. She specifically requested spaghetti, so we made spaghetti. Her and Ryan baked some cakes for her birthday the next day. And she decorated it herself. So I'm very proud of our 11-year-old. She's very, very independent. But we got up early Saturday morning and headed to the park. And I think it's a very miniature version of Disney World.
Yeah. Dolly World.
Dolly World. It's got lots and lots of rides. And this is really the first time that we've taken the kids to a theme park
Where they can ride stuff.
Where they can actually ride stuff. So like we said in our very first episode, so Maizee just turned 11, Declan is 7. I think it's a great age because they are both very excited to try some new things, but
and scared.
I'd say they had some nerves and everything. But yeah, and Ryan and I, we've always enjoyed theme parks, roller coasters. We love roller coasters. And even while we were dating, we did Disney World, we did Six Flags, but the lines are so long. I mean, I think the last time we went to Six Flags was when you turned 30. And that was a long time ago. But I mean, I think it took us, an hour and 45 minutes just to ride one roller coaster?
Yes. We were there for 4 and we rode 3 roller coasters, I think.
My gosh, it was just insane. And you know what? How many rides did we ride this weekend?
I rode more than everybody.
Yeah, because he had to ride it
double
twice.
ride twice, one couple times for Maizee because she was scared to ride it. But maybe 11 to 14 rides.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of rides. And I mean, I think
shopping.
Shopping, snacks, a couple bathroom breaks and
A
everything.
couple. It was 1,000 bathroom breaks.
Hey, you got kids, you got a mama in there, and
And Jordy has to go pee
Okay.
all the time.
Okay, let's not let our listeners think that his true name is Jordy. Okay,
It is Jordan.
it's Jordan, but we call him Jordy.
Yes.
So just FYI. But yes, but what we put in well over 13 to 15,000 steps yesterday.
Yes. Roughly 5 miles.
Yeah. It was a lot of walking. We were all dead tired, but we shut that park down.
Yes.
We had so much fun.
Yep.
My sister did Lang. She did a really great thing when we got home last night. She said, "Okay, what's your high and what's your low for the day?" So we were all just kind of talking and going around explaining kind of which roller coaster we really liked or what was the low for the day. And so my high was probably one of the last roller coasters we rode. It was called
Lightning Rod.
Lightning Rod. Super, interesting way how it locks you in. It's not one that goes over your chest. It's not just a lap belt. It actually, you put your knees down and it goes over your hips and then locks in your shins.
Knees.
And then you have handlebars at your hips to hold on to. I was like, I'm never going to have to hold on to these lower handlebars.
Yep, right.
Well, of course, you go up a roller coaster and you got those hands way up in the air. Okay. I mean, that's the only way to ride a roller coaster is your hands up in the air. So we're holding our hands up the air. Ryan and Declan are in front of us. Me and Lang are in the second row. And then, of course, Jordy and Maizee were sitting this one out.
Yes.
But we get up there and I'm expecting a immediate drop. No, it's like a little curve, but then it takes off.
And then it drops.
And then it drops unexpectedly. Well, I had to throw my hands down because I could feel myself coming up out of the seat.
Yes.
Whoa. I mean, and there were so many twists and turns and curves and loops and everything else. I mean, it took my breath away, but it was, and then at the very end, it just
brake checks you.
breaks and it's like a hard break. But you know what? That one was so fun. Yeah.
So what was your low?
My low. Okay. So my low for the day is that Ryan is a big what can I explain? How can I explain this? Arcade
Yes.
games. Yes.
Circus games, carnival games.
Yes. So I remember we had gone and stopped at the to eat. And the boys had gone to the bathroom. I was like, man, they are taking so long. Why are they gone so long? I mean, I've already finished half my hot dog, and I'm waiting for my husband to get back so he can eat the other half of the hot dog.
We stopped at the carnival games and played
They
two
stopped
games.
it, yeah. And so Declan's all excited. He
won a prize.
He's got his little chinchilla that Daddy had won for him, and he was super excited to go back to the carnival game. So we headed that way a little bit while later, and of course, we're celebrating Maizee's birthday. And so Ryan is doing his thing. He's knocking the games out of the park. I mean, it's the baseball toss type game where you hit 3 milk jugs down. Well, he knocks them down, and I'm standing over at the far corner with my daughter, with Lang, and I see Maizee running over with this huge.
It's like an 8-pound stuffed animal, 2.5 foot tall.
Yes, and it's a huge gerbil, chinchilla, hamster.
His name's Steve.
His name is Steve. They have named him Steve. So we have now Steve, the giant hamster stuffed animal that we had to carry around, let alone
half the day
for the rest of the day. The day. Yes. Okay. Well, Declan was like, "Well, Dad, why can't you win one for me?" So Ryan's over there trying to win it, and he's screaming and he's crying, and I'm like, no, kid, you're driving me crazy. You're being a 7-year-old boy whining at the Ferris wheel or at the carnival games after an awesome day that we're having so far. So that was a little bit of my low, was just his little bit of a temper tantrum. But you know what? my brother-in-law was also trying to win some games, and he's over there and he's doing the ring toss. Ring toss is probably the worst carnival game to try to do. Personally, that's me. I can never win at these things. That's why I never tried to. Ryan's always the one that does these. So he leaves. He's upset. He spent a few bucks on this. Ryan comes in behind him.
It makes a ring, and I yell louder than anybody there. And I come out with a 2.5 foot tall Pikachu in a pumpkin with a pumpkin on its head.
We will have to post pictures of Steve and Pika.
Yep.
Because they rode back with us all the way from Dolly World in the back seat, taking up our whole entire back seat.
Yes.
So that was my high and low of the day. Ryan, would you like to give your high and low?
Yes. So my high was, it was between 2 roller coasters, but most of them are all fun. We call it Soaring Eagle, but it's actually called the Wild Eagle.
We named it like 5 names, guys.
Spread Eagle, we tried that too.
We had Wild Eagle. What is it? Soaring Eagle.
Soaring Eagle. It's Wild Eagle actually, but it's a nice roller coaster. It's on an eagle, so the eagle's in the middle, and you're on its wings, 2 on each side, and it goes up, and then it's a straight drop into a big loop, which Maizee was scared. She cried for we got on the ride, and she had to get off, but that's a whole nother story. And it's just fun. It's fun. And Lightning Rod was good. All of them were good. Now, the low for my day was the Mystery Mine roller coaster.
It's a really cool.
It was a great roller coaster.
But it was rinky. It was like the old rickety one too.
Yes. And it was a nice roller coaster. You're in there, you didn't know what you're gonna do, and all of a sudden you're going like 4 or 5 stories up, straight up in a cart with just 8 people in it. Well, get done. We're all good. We're going downstairs to look at our pictures, and I'm walking down the steps, and I'm like, there's one more step. Oh, well, there was not one more step. So I fell down in front of everybody. I had all the stuff in my hands, cups, and I just fell out on the floor. And that's what she did. She checked on me first, and I just lay there, and then she just breaks out in laughter. So it's no Dolly World person came over to say, "Are you okay, sir?" No. And then I got up and realized I left my hat.
Guys, but it was so slow. It was the most slow fall I think I've ever seen. And I've never seen my husband fall
it was bad.
Accidentally.
It was like it was bad.
But I mean, I think I was in shock because it was so slow, and I was like, "Is this for real? Did he purposely fall?"
No, not purposely.
And no, when I finally realized, oh my gosh, my husband is on the ground. The first thing I did, like you said, I did go check on him. Okay,
and then
so give me a round of applause for that because I did. Good wife here. Okay, but then as soon as I realized, okay, this is real, he's okay, I can laugh now because it is a funny thing.
It was funny. It was funny, but it was okay. Make people laugh, even if I do have to get hurt in the process. It's okay.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Okay.
So as the day went on, like I said,
carrying 18 pounds of stuffed animals,
and 3 Dolly World cups and satchels and jackets, and because it did start off a little chilly in the morning, a little rainy and everything, but the day turned out beautiful. But I mean, if you looked at Ryan and I, we were typical parents. We had all the stuff. We had all of it, and we had to pull our kids away a couple times and have some heart-to-hearts with them. And I mean, it was a typical parenting at a theme park day.
Yes.
But hey, it made Maizee's day. It made all of our days. It made all of our weekends and everything. But I do have to go in and add a little bit of a high and low for our brother-in-law too, Jordy. So again, this podcast, this episode specifically is the Flemings take Dolly World.
The Flems go to Dolly World.
The Flems go to Dolly World. But we have to include our guests that came in. So
the flowers.
The flowers, yes, exactly. Flemings and flowers. But this, I'd have to say my sister's, this was her high and low. Her low or her high was at the very end of the day. We were at the second section of carnival games. And so Declan's over there doing his little thing. He got a little tiny prize. Maizee and Ryan are doing their things, and Jordan's over there doing his. And he walks up to, like, I see him from a distance, and I'm like, look. He has a toy. He won a prize. And I think his name is Gengar.
Hold on. Purple Pokemon.
But he's a Pokemon character, and he was one of the ones that...
Yeah, Gengar.
Gengar. So I think he was one of the ones that Jordan wanted to win over at the other carnival section. And so he lights up. Lang lights up. She's like, yay,
I'm so proud of him.
I'm so proud of him. And she's taking a picture of him. He's smiling really big. And we're just like, we're doting on him.
And that was her high for the day.
Yes, that was her high for the day. And then Declan comes over because he's done with his game. They're starting to shut down. Again, we closed the park down, guys. And he comes over. He's showing us his toy. And Lang's like, yeah, well, look at Jordan's toy that he won. He's like, no, Maizee won that one. She gave it to him.
Yeah, she won it.
So apparently it was a water gun.
Yeah, shoot the target in the middle of
the water gun game. But from what I will say,
she had a head start. Her water gun started 2 to 5 seconds earlier than everybody else's. I wasn't playing. I was helping Declan, but she won either way. Doesn't matter if it started early or not.
But hey, we taught that child to share.
Yep, had it. It's Jordan. It's Jordy's.
It is Jordan. So Jordan, kudos to you on your win.
Woohoo!
All right, guys. But yes, so that was our trip for the weekend. We had a wonderful weekend, and we cannot wait to share more stories with you. Hopefully, you have a wonderful week.
Yep, and maybe no more stories of me falling.
Yes, falling.
I've got a few stored up, but we're going to keep those for later.
Yes, as these weeks continue on. But again, have a wonderful Monday. Have a wonderful week. And we can't wait to talk with you again next week.
Well, that's it. So it was nice to talk to you this morning. And we'll see you next time on Waking Up with Flem.